Hi, it's Anthony Bresnikan with Entertainment Weekly up here at Sundance with indefatigable film critic Lisa Schwarzbaum, who's been seeing lots of movies. And let's talk about some of the movies you haven't loved up here.
Well, I got to say, first of all, that I love walking into a Sundance movie hoping to love it. So we got to start with that, because everything I walk into, I think, oh, great. For instance, Look of Love, directed by Michael Winterbottom, starring Steve Coogan. What could be bad? Well, the one thing that is bad in this is it's flat. It never gets started. It is the history of a guy who's a porn king who was the richest man in England.
Kind of the Hugh Hefner, Larry Flint of Great Britain,
all of
right?
that, and it's tons and tons of period detail. It never gets its gears going. It is just absolutely devoid of any reason why we should care about this guy. And forget about the fact that we're American and they're English or whatever. There's no heart to it. And these two have worked together well before, I think, Winterbottom and Coogan. I mean, they did great stuff with Tristram Shandy, I thought was a fantastic.
24-hour Party People?
All of that stuff. It's just, they ran out of energy. It happens sometimes. So I went, I saw, I stayed, and it's not on top of my list.
So what else are you mixed on?
Mixed isn't the word. I can tell you that I really just didn't like Breathe In. This was made by the same guy who did Like Crazy, which I was sort of like crazy about. Same star, Felicity Jones, playing a young British exchange student. She comes to upstate New York and she ruins a family. She comes in and she kind of messes up the family because the father falls in love. It was.
Well, he falls for her. It's Guy Pearce. He plays the father of this household.
He plays the father, and then there's the teenage daughter. This movie was like gauzy nonsense. I just didn't believe it. Here comes the mysterious stranger who comes into town, and just with her little doe eyes, she makes them all mess up their marriage and mess up his fatherhood.
She's a fantastic musician, and he wishes he were a fantastic musician, right?
That
didn't work for you?
None of it worked for me. I'm sorry. It was just an eye roller. So,
well, I know you're the film critic. I kind of loved it.
Well, we disagree from time to time. I know we do that. I thought it was sort of an eye roller, but that's okay. I sat through it.
But another movie that's about an older person in love with a younger person, two mothers, Naomi Watts and Robin Wright, as women, best friends who fall in love with each other's sons. Yes,
it's a very milfy movie. It's called very, very milfy and very, very silly and very, very French, but set in non-France. I mean, it's really kind of ridiculous, but it looks so lovely. I mean, what is not to like in watching these two women fall in love with two younger guys and the sons and the whole thing? It's really interesting, because between Don John's addiction and this, we have a little bit of a younger man, older mother thing going along, which, you know, women who are over the age of 35 are not unhappy about seeing this going on.
Something Oedipal up here at Sundance
There's
this year.
something like that. It's funny, this is Anne Fontaine. She's a French filmmaker. This is her first English language film. Looks beautiful. They seem to live on an island where there is nobody else but them, and the sun is always at a beautiful sunset, and they're always drinking lovely wine. And would you like to get some wine right now?
I would love it.
Let's
do it. All right. Well, thanks for being here, Lisa. Stick with us on EW.com. Lisa's going to be back and tell us what else she sees up here at the festival.